Hi everyone, my name is Becca and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here with my Contemporary-a-thon wrap-up. If you notice that I'm down or low, I just wanted to let you know that we all received some really bad news yesterday and we are still reeling from it. By we, I mean my family. So I just want to let you know, we're going through through a rough patch right now, but I really wanted to film this video and I couldn't wait. So we're just going to do this like this. This happens with every video of mine. Something happens or I don't feel well or something. The reason why this hasn't gone up earlier or hasn't been filmed earlier than today, which is Thursday, and I do have to go to work later, is because I haven't been feeling well these last few days. And yesterday was actually the first day I felt better, and I was going to film yesterday, and then we got the news. We got some bad news, and today is probably going to be the only day to film this, because I won't have any time to film it later on. And I do want this up tomorrow, which is Friday. I can't remember the date. I want to say it's the 4th tomorrow, right? Yeah. So tomorrow would be October 4th. So it's going up tomorrow. So I'm filming this the day before that. So Contemporary-a-thon. We're only going to talk about the books that I read for Contemporary-a-thon. I did read 2 other ones. I finished Air of Fire, which you all knew I had already started. So that has nothing to do with Contemporary-a-thon. I'm going to talk about that in my wrap-up, as well as the other book, which you'll know in my wrap-up, as well as the book, because I filmed last week. I filmed my recent reads video for last week, and I didn't like it. It was for the week prior to Contemporary-a-thon, and I was not feeling well that week. I was having a pretty bad week that week as well. Those for entirely different reasons. I just wasn't feeling well, and I knew I wasn't feeling well, and I just didn't like how that video came out, so I scrapped it. Hopefully this video will be better, and I do not want to scrap this video because it actually has to go up tomorrow. So yeah. So for Contemporary-a-thon, I ended up finishing 4 books and DNFing 1. Again, that doesn't mean, I wasn't the only books I read for the week. I finished Air of Fire and I read 1 other book, but we're not talking about that in this video. So I DNF'd The Flatshare by Beth O'Leary. This one came into my library the day before Contemporary-a-thon, and I was just very excited because a lot of people have been reading this and loving this, and so I was just really excited to pick this up and read it for Contemporary-a-thon. And this one fit all of the challenges. It's a 2019 release. It has some yellow on the cover somewhere. It has plants on the cover. It's diverse because Leon is a person of color. It's hard-hitting, apparently. I never got to that part. And it's beloved by a member of the community, or several members, but mostly Chelsea. She just loves this book. Though I do know Heather from Bookables has also loved this book. But, yeah, it fit all the challenges, which is why I was really excited when it came in, because I really wanted to read it for it. But I got about 30 pages in and just could not go any farther. And again, if I'm not feeling a book within 30 pages, I'm not gonna push it. And it wasn't the fact that I wasn't in the mood for it, because I really was. I really wanted to continue reading it. But Leon's chapters just got to me. This is a sort of like a rom-com. This follows Tiffy and Leon. Tiffy is desperate to get out of her ex-boyfriend's apartment, or flat, whatever. They live in England, so I'm guessing flat. She's desperate to find a new place, and she doesn't have a whole lot of money to do that. And the only place she can find is this flat share. Leon needs some extra cash, and so he puts up his flat to be shared. He is a doctor, I believe, and he works overnight. He works like that 6 to 8 shift, 6 p.m. to 8 a.m., something like that. And he gets home about 9. He needs someone who works 9 to 5, pretty much. And Tiffy works the 9 to 5 shift. So it's perfect. I did not get to the part where she actually sees the flat. I only got to the part where she finds the ad for it, and she calls Leon and tells him that she's interested. I really wanted to push through this and like to keep reading because I knew I would really enjoy it for Tiffy, her chapters were very standard. I very much I very much liked her chapters. I thought, she was a character I pretty much like. Leon, on the other hand, I liked him, but his chapters just did not do it for me. I just could not get through them. Leon's chapters read sort of like a script. At least for the dialogue aspect. You had the character name and then what they said. The character name and what they said. It was every time. But that didn't just annoy me as much as the non-sentence starters. A sentence would start leaned over. Hanging up phone ringing, or I don't know, stuff like that. Just, there were no starters, like he, I, the, she, anything, anything. She leaned over, he leaned over, I leaned over. Anything would have been better than leaned over. And I was like, alright, this is really annoying, but can I pull through this? So what I did is I actually got the audiobook for it. I went on Scribd and they had the audiobook, so I started listening to that. And, nope, still really annoyed me, and I could not get through that. And I feel really bad, because I knew that this would be a really, really cute book, but I just couldn't do it. It was just distracting me. Those chapters were just pulling me out of the story, and I just, had to keep closing the book. I was just done. I know if this was a film, if this was adapted into a film, I would love it. I just know I would love it. It would be really, really, it would be really good to adapt this into a movie, because it would be a cute rom-com and I would love it. But I just couldn't do it. So that was the DNF. And now we have the 4 books that I actually read, and they fit all the challenges somewhat. So first up, I read Heartstopper by Alice Oseman. This is volume 1, and I just have my bookmark in there for some stupid reason. Oh, it's the one I got from Book Depository. That's why. I like having my Book Depository bookmarks with the book. Just started doing that. So yeah, this is a graphic novel, and it follows 2 boys who meet, become friends, and fall in love. It is so freaking cute. We follow Charlie, who is gay. He's out. Everyone knows it. And he is sort of having these secret meetings with this boy named Ben. Let's see if I can find Ben. I really don't like Ben. Where's Ben? Oh, it's like the first page, I think, is Ben. But I don't want to find one where they're like... So, Ben is this one. So, yeah, they meet up at school, and they just make out. Ben is not out. He has a girlfriend. Now, you understand why I don't like him. Charlie doesn't really want to be with Ben much, but, I mean, I don't think he knew that Ben had a girlfriend. And when he did, I think he should try to get away from it. I don't really want to spoil this, so I'm trying really hard not to. Can you see that I'm not doing that well? Charlie ends up meeting Nick. and Nick is just a boy in class that, they become really close friends. I love it because Nick is just so very close with, Charlie. And I mean, like, they're just, like, such really good friends really, really quick. And I really enjoyed that, aspect. Even if they didn't fall in love, I just love their friendship more than anything. But they do fall in love, and it's just perfect. But Nick has always believed he was straight. And now he's feeling things for Charlie, and he doesn't really not understand, but he doesn't really know what to do with those feelings. And he is also part of the rugby team, and he gets Charlie part of the rugby team, so there's that whole sports aspect of this. It's just really freaking cute. Okay, I gave this 5 stars. It is so freaking cute, and I immediately bought volume 2. I don't have it yet. It's coming today. I don't know if I can, like, read it now, but I really loved this one. I give this 5 stars. 5 stars for that one. So then after that, I started reading Birthday by Meredith Russo. And what I mean by started reading, I mean I read Birthday by Meredith Russo. I don't like this cover. I do really badly want to get the UK cover because I think that's gorgeous. And I also want to get Meredith Russo's other book, If I Was Your Girl, also UK copy, because it's gorgeous. Don't like the US editions, but it's fine. So we follow Eric and Morgan. They were both born on the same day, and obviously they have the same birthday. And we only follow them from when they're 13 to when they're 18, and you get literally just that day of their birthday each year. And you learn about Eric, who is in an abusive family. He has a very abusive father, and his father is kind of pretty much forcing Eric to be on this football team, even though Eric is very good at football. He doesn't want to be in football. He would rather be playing his guitar and, making music. And obviously his best friend is Morgan, who has come to the realization that they are transgender. Morgan was born male, but is actually a female in a male's body. Morgan has... Man, it's so hard to talk about Morgan. Oh my god. Both of their chapters were not their chapters, but both of their perspectives were very hard to read about. Knowing that he is from a very abusive family, and knowing that Morgan feels like they aren't accepted, and they can't talk to anybody. Morgan has tried to tell people, but is obviously afraid of the repercussions and afraid of not being accepted. And these two end up drifting apart. They're best friends, but they end up drifting apart because of what they're going through. Eric actually realizes that he has feelings for Morgan, but he knows he's not gay. And I do really like their perspectives. It's really hard to talk about this because this is not something that I am familiar with. This is not something that I have ever gone through myself. But I do love reading about this because I want to know more, and because I want to familiarize myself with this subject matter. And that's why I really loved reading I Wish You All the Best by Mason Deaver, which had a non-binary main character. And that was Own Voices as well as this is Own Voices. Meredith Russo is transgender, I believe. This book was fantastic. This book was gorgeous. It was beautiful. It was heart-wrenching. It was heartbreaking. Oh my god. Just going through Morgan's perspective, which Morgan is being bullied. And nobody knows. And it really pisses me off. Oh man, I hate that so much. Morgan trying on makeup for the first time. Like, I cried. I cried so hard. Oh my god, because of how Morgan is feeling, and because Morgan thinks that she is a freak, and oh my god, like, literally just remembering everything that happened in this book is just making me want to cry. Just there is trigger warnings for attempted suicide, suicidal thoughts, oh my god, abuse, bullying. There's quite a bit of trigger warnings for this, but it's worth the read. Okay, I can't stress that enough. It is so worth the read. I feel like everyone should read this. Everyone should familiarize themselves with what it's like to be transgendered, and if they don't know already. But yeah, I give this 5 stars. I loved it, and I want my own copy, which I will get the UK copy because that's what I want. Okay, after that, I read Her Royal Highness by Rachel Hawkins. I know, right? Queer. All week. I wanted to read more queer books, but this was the last one. I wanted to read If I Was Your Girl. No, not If I Was Your Girl. That's the other book by Meredith Russo. It's Tell Me How You Really Feel. I really wanted to read that one because that one is a female-female romance, which is like a hate-to-love trope, which I love. But I never got to that book, which was really sad. Okay. But yeah, I did read Her Royal Highness by Rachel Hawkins. This is a female-female relationship between the Princess of Scotland and a girl from Texas. Just a common girl from Texas. We follow, what's her name? Millie. We follow Millie, who lives in Texas and has always wanted to go to this boarding school in Scotland. She's been dreaming of this for a while and gets accepted. But Millie has a girlfriend and doesn't want to leave her girlfriend, even though it's kind of like a secret. They're not telling anybody that they're dating. And yeah, she doesn't want to leave, so she decides not to go until the girlfriend that she's with cheats on her with her ex-boyfriend. So Millie, obviously upset and doesn't really want to, doesn't want any of the awkwardness or seeing this girl because they were best friends, actually, turned girlfriends. It was really bad. So she ends up going to this boarding school in Scotland. And her roommate ends up being the Princess of Scotland. And it's a hate-to-love romance, which I love. I love so much. But yeah, Flora, the Princess of Scotland, can be kind of a bitch. But we knew that in the last book, too. And they don't have the best starts at all. And Flora really doesn't want to be in this boarding school, but she's kind of being forced to be there. So she kind of pulls these stunts in order to get kicked out. She inadvertently or intentionally, however you want to put it, gets Millie caught up in this as well. And it was actually really cute. And I really enjoyed it. And I'm going to want my own copy of this. Finally, a female-female romance that's the center point that I freaking loved. I did really enjoy The Princess and the Fangirl by Ashley Poston. That had a female-female romance, but it was split between... There were 2 romances at the center point of that. That was the straight romance and the female-female romance. This one just had a nice female-female romance right at the center, and I really, really liked it. There was some angst There was some really, really beautiful, touching moments, and I want to reread this for sure. And we got to see our characters from the Prince Charming, Daisy and Miles, and then obviously the Seb, the other princes, and Ellie, who is the princess to be. It's really cute, and I really enjoyed this, and I gave this 4 stars. I'm really glad I read this. I finally found a female romance that I really loved. So, in a young adult setting, I should say. I have really liked adult settings of female romances, but I couldn't find really any in a young adult setting. So I'm really glad I finally found one, and I'm hoping to read Tell Me How You Really Feel, and hope to love that one as well. And then lastly, I picked up Well Met by Jen DeLuca. This is the last book, and I love this book so much. This one, we follow Emily and Simon. And Emily is, she's going through a rough patch, and she ends up moving in with her sister. Sister she's not really close with, but her sister was in this accident and can't really get around well. So Emily moves in with her, moves to the small town to be with her, to help her out. And Emily's niece really wants to join this Renaissance fair over the summer, and Emily ends up having to volunteer as well, because you can't have a minor without a parent or a guardian. So Emily ends up joining as well. And she meets Simon, who runs the fair, and he is not a nice person. In the beginning. You understand later on why, because he's also going through some things. And it's very, very cute. I love this so much. Their hate to love is just on point. Simon can be an asshole and can say stupid shit. Believe me, he can say some really stupid things. Emily will give as good as she gets. And I just... Once they actually start to... realize their feelings for each other, and they actually start to, date, it's really, really cute. Obviously, there has to be some conflicts, so there is, but I love this book. I give this 5 stars as well. I will want to reread this one as well. I really love the hate to love trope. It's so good. Like, I love the hate to love trope. It's my favorite trope. And I love all of the geekiness, the Renaissance fairness of this. I love that setting. It was so good. This was funny and sweet and cute, and it was just beautiful, and I cried. I don't think there was a book I didn't cry. Like, I cried with every single one of these books. This one, I cried the hardest, obviously. I cried the first 10 pages in this one, so I will say that. But yeah, these are the 4 books that I read, and I had 3 5 stars and 1 4 star, which is more like a 4 to 4.5 star, but I'm just gonna say 4 star. And it was a really fantastic reading month, or reading week, I should say. It was also a really fantastic reading month, but I won't mention that until my wrap up. But it was a really fantastic reading week, and I also had another 5-star read, well, 2 other 5-star reads technically, but for Contemporary-a-thon, this was really good. So, for the challenges, we had 2019 release. Pretty sure all of these would fit. Pretty sure. Heartstopper. Oh no, 2018. Wait. Oh no, this edition was published in 2019. Kickstarter started in 2018. So, 2019 releases, right? Yes. Okay. Then we have yellow. We need yellow on the cover. And technically, this hair works. I've seen it with other booktubers. So, this works. And then, okay, so we got yellow on the cover. We need a diverse read. Okay. Okay. I think they wanted a diverse read different from your own, so that works perfectly. And then we need plants on the cover. She has flowers on her hair. She has like a flower crown. So, that works. Also, leaves in Heartstopper works. I think that was really it for that. Yeah, there's no other plants on the cover. Let's see, we got 2019 release, yellow on the cover, plants on the cover, diverse. So there is 3 more. What's the other ones? Beloved. These are beloved. But mostly, Mel from Mel to the Any loves this book. Who else? I know she's not the only one, but that's the only one I can think of at the moment. Julie from Pages and Pens, Mel from Mel to the Any, Chelsea from Chelsea Darling Reads, I believe, maybe. April from Aprillius Maximus. Find me a booktuber that doesn't love this. That's what I want to know. But yeah. There's that. So we have the beloved. What else? What else? I know I'm missing a couple. What am I missing? 2019 release. Yellow on the cover. Diverse read. Beloved. Plants on the cover. Hard hitting. We're just gonna go with this one. This is the most hard hitting. Is that it? Is that it? I think that's it. Right? I know, I keep doing this. 2019 release. Yellow on the cover. Diverse read. Plants on the cover. Hard hitting. Beloved. I'm missing one. What am I missing? What am I missing? This is really gonna annoy me. Wait, this had everything. So, diverse, yellow, 2019. Plants on the cover. Beloved. Hard hitting. I guess that's it. I can't think of the other one. Of course, I'm probably going to think of it in a little bit, and I'm not going to be able to... Oh, illustrated cover! That's what it was. It was an illustrated cover. This works. This works? Does that work? This one doesn't work. But, for sure, this works. Okay, that's it. That was my wrap-up for Contemporary-a-thon. I had a really great reading week. I read some really fantastic books, and I'm really glad that I read these. And of course, I'm still kind of feeling that contemporary mood, but it's October, and I need to read all my spooky books. Because you guys, if you saw my TBR, you know how massive that is. It's, what, the 3rd, and I haven't finished a book yet. I mean, obviously there's that reason, but it's kind of annoying, and I haven't really gotten that far into anything. I will say I've started like 6 books. Not far into any of them. So yeah, that's it for me today, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again with another video. Bye. Happy reading.